Good morning, everyone. Welcome our participants to this live webinar brought to us by the University of Mindanao. This is the Immersion webinar for grade 12 students, specifically for arts and sciences. So we would like to request everyone to stand by when we are about to start our webinar this morning. And kindly type on our chat box your school and also your name so that you will be recognized later as we go on with our program. To start this program, start this with a word of prayer, to be followed by the singing of the national anthem, which is given to us by the University of Mindanao for us.
Many nights we've cried when no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a harmful sound we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We are moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe somehow you will when you in this time of fear and prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like the summer voices swiftly float away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd
kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisingil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simuya, sa langit mamagha, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng wala di pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang iligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Sorry for that. Again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Immersion webinar series brought to you by the University of Mindanao in partnership with the Department of Education. Okay, so this webinar is being conducted in order to cater the needs of our senior high school students who's having their immersion program as of the moment. And this webinar series will really cover the learning key areas needed for the immersion program of our students from the different schools here in Davao region and even Sub-Sargent for their immersion program. And so without further ado, this morning we will have a series of topics that we're going to discuss this morning. All right. So starting off. So this morning we're going to tackle on pre-employment requirements. It is also needed by our senior high school students in order for them to prepare for their endeavors when they go to college, or they would like to hustle going to school and also going to work. So to give us details on pre-employment requirements, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the Vice President for External Relations of International Affairs Office, Dr. Reynaldo C. Castro.
Thank you very much, Benji. Good morning to our senior high school students and welcome to our senior high school immersion webinar series. This is the fourth batch that we have, and this is, I think, the seventh for this fourth batch. No? And for those students who are present today, and if they wish to watch our previous videos, you can watch them in our official YouTube channel. I understand that students who are present today are interested to enroll in any of the programs under the arts and sciences, no? And that's why stay stuck. You listen to our succeeding speakers because you will learn a lot from them. As regards to my topic, I'm going to present to you three important things. One is that how are you going to prepare an application letter and and resume? And second is that how are you going to ace in your job interview? And third, some social media etiquette that you will observe. So for the first two topics, let's watch this video. Hi to all our students in CAID 500 and welcome to our second video. Today we are going to talk about two important things in your CAID 500 and in your application process. Writing a cover letter, or popularly known as application letter and resume. First, why write a cover letter? I'd like to cite three reasons. First is that because you have earned a formal education, a formal baccalaureate degree, you need to show to your potential employer that you can write and that you can communicate well. That's why you have to write an application letter or a cover letter. Second is that you have to highlight your particular skills, your past work history, or other areas that are specific to the job that you are applying. You have to think of it as a quick sales pitch. And third reason is that you have to set yourself apart from the competition. Remember this, in one position, there's a dozen or two of you applying for that position. And therefore, the first level of assessment of your potential employer is your application letter. So, how are you going to write a winning cover letter? These are our tips. First, you have to write there the date. Don't forget the date. And when you are going to write your application letter, you are going to follow the American English style. So you start with the date, for example, September 10, 2020, not 10 September 2020. The next one is that you have to write the name of the addressee. Maybe the HR manager or the president of the organization. If you don't have any idea of the name of the HR manager or to whom you're going to address the letter, then you have to exert extra effort. You can visit the company, you can give them a call, and ask from them to whom you can address your application letter. If you're going to visit the company, then tell the HR office. Normally, you have to proceed to the HR office and ask the people there in the HR that you're interested to submit an application letter, and you're going to inquire from them to whom you're going to address the letter. So get the complete name, the exact position of the person, and of course the name of the company and the address. So that's how you're going to do it. For example, you have Miss Joanne T. Santos, HR manager. Oops, you also have to make sure that Joanne Santos is the HR manager because she might be the VP for HR. And by writing there, HR manager, you have demoted the person. So it's already a demerit in your part. So you have to make sure what's the exact position of the person. So let's go back to that. Miss Joanne T. Santos, HR manager, XYZ Corporation, Ponciano Street, Davao City. That's it. And then you have the opening. You say, Miss Santos, colon. Do not write Dear Miss Santos because remember that your application letter is a formal style of communication, and writing the word Dear Miss Santos reduces the formality of your communication unless you are very close to that person. So you write there Miss Santos colon. In your first paragraph, you have to mention how did you get to know about the information of the position, whether you get the information from a friend or somebody who's working in the organization, or maybe you have read that somewhere in the local paper, then you can cite that in your first paragraph and your interest of applying for the position. So for example, you would say, I've read in the local paper, Mindanao Times, dated September 4, 2020, that your company is in need of accounting staff. I wish to apply for the position. Alright? So you have there the information and your interest. Why is it's important that you cite the information? Because it's also significant to the company whether the promotion that they have had is working for them. And it's giving them an output. It's giving them effective promotion of their job opening. The second paragraph of your application letter, you can write there your experience. Two things, no? One is your work experience related to the position that you are applying. And second, what are the attributes, work attributes that you possess which you think are significant in the performance of the function. And in the third paragraph of your application letter, you can write there, you can open doors for further meet and greet of the HR or of the interviewer, because you cannot tell everything in your resume and in your application letter. So you can say there that I wish to share more of my qualifications at your most convenient time. I can be reached at your contact number or your email address. And then you can close the letter by saying, sincerely, or respectfully yours. I suggest do not write very truly yours because Tagalog mo yung very truly yours, ako iyong buong buo, no? It's not very formal. Again, I'd like to remind you that your application letter is a formal style of communication. So after closing, don't forget your name and then your signature. Voila! You have your winning cover letter. With your cover letter. Last video, last discussion, we talk about how are you going to write a winning cover letter. And today, partner with your cover letter is the resume. We're going to talk about how are you going to write a winning resume. The resume is your personal brochure to market yourself. It should give your potential employer a quick view of what you can do for them. So for new graduates just like you can list your accomplishments in school. Do not worry about not having any accomplishments or work-related accomplishments. You can pick out those school accomplishments that show responsibility, reliability, cooperative spirit, and the like. That's why you have to make the most of your experience while you are still in the university. You can cite those experiences that you have with extra and co-curricular activities, your membership to various academic or non-academic student organizations. So what are the suggested format or tips in writing your resume? This is how are you going to do it. You start, of course, with the most important thing, followed by with the less important, and so on and so forth. So what you can start is you write your name, your full name, your address. You have to be specific in your address. You have to write there the street, the house number, the purok, and barangay. Why you have to be specific in your address? Because these potential companies of yours, they're going to make a background investigation, and one way of doing that is to visit your barangay or your residence. They're going to talk to your purok leader or to your barangay leaders, no? What are your participations, or are you really residents of that area? Then after you address, another important information that you have to provide there in your resume are your contact number and your email address. These two are important, especially in giving you feedback on the status of your application. And your companies, potential companies, they don't believe that you don't have any email address or contact number because we are in a generation of technology. So you really have to make sure that you have a functional email address and your contact number is really yours. The next one is you have to write a summary statement. A summary statement is a gist of who you are in terms of your potential to the company, in terms of what you can contribute to the company, in terms of your competence, whether you can perform to the function or not. So, two things. When you're going to write your summary statement, let's go back to the second paragraph of your application letter. I said that when you write your second paragraph in your application letter, there are two things that you are going to highlight there. One is your work-related experience, and the other one is the attributes. No? What are the attributes that you possess that are related to the performance of the function or the requirements of the position? So that's the summary statement. Later on, I'm going to show a sample summary statement. How are you going to write it? The next one is your work or school related experience or OJT experience. Now, if you're a working student, then you can write there, but you have to make it sure that your work experience during the time that you're still in the university are related to the position or to the requirements of the company, or your OJT experience, of course, for sure, are related to the requirements also of the potential company that you're applying to. So you have to cite that in your resume. The other one is that what are the job responsibilities that you have had in your internship or in your OJT experience? And I think it's there in your OJT manual, the manual that your OJT coordinators are giving to you during the time that you have your OJT. So you can copy those and include that in your resume because those are specific assignments that you have had during your OJT. And the other one is your accomplishments or your recognitions or your achievements when you were in here in the university. If you have, for example, participation in a community extension, because it speaks about volunteerism, it speaks about you being a team player, no? And your exposure to other staff, that during the time that you're in the university, you're not just a plain student, but you also engage yourself to other or various or related activities that can at least bolster your experience, your qualification, and your competence. The last one is of course your education. So you see there's nothing there in your resume. You do not put anything that are not relevant to the position that you're applying to. No, there's nothing there that asks you about height, weight, and religion. That's why when you write your resume, you have to tailor fit the content of your resume based on, number one, on your competence, on your qualifications, on the things that you possess that you can offer to the company. And second, tailor fit the content of your resume based on the requirements of the company. That's why I suggest do not buy the ready-made biodata form that you can buy in the bookstore nor in store, because there are information that you may not be included, no, in your resume, and which are actually relevant to the position that you are applying to. So that's how you're going to write your resume. Remember this, in a gist, when you write your resume, 7 things that you have to remember, or you have to make it sure that these 7 things are there in your resume. Number 1, what can you do for me? When you write your resume, when you prepare your resume, you have to make it sure that this question is being answered in the content and substance of your resume. Second, do you have the skills I'm looking for? Third, where have you worked before? It's also important that you have to cite your work experience, the company that you had, your internship, your OJT, because aside from it was an opportunity for you to apply the learnings that you have learned from the university, for sure your work or internship experience have developed you have improved your soft skills, some of your soft skills. Like for example, work attitude skills, the ability for you to follow deadlines and instructions from the company, like wearing proper uniform, wearing an ID, coming to work on time, following the rules and regulations of the company. Those are very important stuff. Although sometimes we said that those are simple stuff, but those are very relevant stuff. Number 4, is your experience relevant to my needs? Number 5, do you have the right education and credentials? So you see, question number 4 and question number 5 are related to each other, which means that whether you have this experience or education and you're applying to a position that's quite different from the training and the experience that you have, give that to those people who have the relevant experience and training. Question number 6, what kind of person you are. So it's important that you also have to highlight your soft skills, your personal attributes. And last but not the least, where can I contact you? I overly emphasize the relevance of your email address and your contact number because, as I said, that whenever there's a need for you to report immediately or submit additional assigned documents or papers relevant to your application, this is the fastest way of the company telling you about those stuff. So I hope that with that information, you can start writing your resume. So there you have it, senior high school students. Some important things that I'd like to emphasize for the video is that number one, the purpose of the application letter and the resume is for you to and it's for you to get an interview because applying for a job is a process, no? And the first step is you submit an application letter and resume, and if they find these two documents substantial and impressive enough and well written, then you can proceed to the next stage, which is the interview. You will not be hard based on what you have written in your resume, but you will receive a call for an interview if you have an impressive resume. Okay, so that's the purpose of the resume and application letter. This time, let's proceed to how are you going to ace in your job interview. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is it, no? And the purpose of the interview, the purpose of the resume is for you to get a job, and the purpose of the interview is for you to get the job, no? Okay. Even if you are the most qualified applicants, but you were not good, no, there are other applicants who are better than you during job interview. Again, even if you are the most qualified, the most competent, you will not get the job. Just like in any beauty contest, for example, like Miss World, Miss Universe, you have noticed that the final deciding factor is the interview of the candidate. So the same thing in a job interview, no, or in a job process, the interview is the final and deciding factor. So how are you going to do that? No, number one is preparation is half the battle. You have to prepare for the job interview because questions of the job interview are the same over and over again. And remember that why you are being asked during job interview is just they want to know whether you are qualified, whether you can perform the function, and whether you have studied well the requirements of the position. So, kailangan ipakita mo talaga na preparado ka. And why is it that the job interview is the deciding factor? Because um, they see that your performance during job interview will give them an idea on how are you going to perform, no, how are you going to whether you can perform, whether you can perform the task or not. All right, the better prepared you are, the less nervous you will feel and the more confident you will appear. So importante doon na confident ka because if you are not confident, kung nag-stammer ka, no, hindi ka spontaneous sa pagsagot, at medyo sa tingin nila no hindi ka preparado, it will give an impression to the interviewer that may kulang ka, no? Hindi mo siguro alam ang trabaho dahil hindi ka sigurado, hindi ka confident. Another important thing during job interview is that you have to know the purpose of the interview and the organization, the vision, mission, what are the products and services of the organization because you want to be part of the organization. And if I am the interviewer, I want to have a better idea also if this person applying for the position and who wants to join in our company have prior knowledge, no, have done his research or her research about our organization. It's just like, when you apply for college, when you proceed to a university, proceed to your course in a university or in a college, the same thing, no? The university and or the college will ask you why you chose that course and why you choose to enroll in that school. Okay, so the same thing during job interview, what's the hiring manager are looking for? Because I said that, if you apply for job, the intention there is that they want to know your ability, no, whether you have prior knowledge about the requirements of the position. And I also mentioned that you can prepare, no, questions. Job interview questions are the same over and over again. So you can prepare questions, anticipate questions. So number one is questions that will relate about your ability to perform the job. If there's a need for you to perform, to use an equipment, to use a machine or like there's a need for you to know a particular or specific software in the computer, then they want to know if you are capable of doing that. No, so first is all about your ability, your competence to perform the job. The second one is your fitness in terms of culture and your personality. No, your attitude, whether you have a team player personality or attribute, no? Hindi ka ba palaaway, hindi ka ba chismosa, hindi ka ba nag-chismis sa iyong boss, madali ka lang ba makapag-establish ng friendship with other people in the organization, yung mga ganun, no? Third is motivation and enthusiasm. It refers to whether you have career ambition and career goal. That's why sometimes the question will be about how do you see yourself in 10 to 15 years. So why this question is being asked will be asked to you because the interviewer wants to know whether you have a career goal, whether you have a career ambition. That's why hindi pwede na ang sagot mo it's all about personal. Sasabihin mo na I want to see I'm seeing myself in 10 to 15 years having a family of my own with 3 children, a house of my own, something like that. No, I have traveled already. I will be traveling to many places by that time. I mean, what's the importance and what's the relevance of those answers to the position, di ba? So, it should be about your career goals. So, pwede mo sabihin na nakapagtapos ka na ng master's degree, o di ba? Um, may promotion ka na na mangyari sa iyong trabaho o di ba nakapag-establish ka na career-wise, medyo ilang years ka na no nagstay sa isang company, nabigyan ka na ng isang malaking assignment kung saan ka pwede mag-work by the time, di ba? Okay. The other one is knowledge of the company. I've been telling you about knowledge of the company because this is very important. It's just like, sa mga lalaki kung halimbawa nanligaw kayo sa isang babae, 'di ba? Bago ninyo gawin 'yan, for sure, ang ginagawa ninyo is that you want to explore, you want to know the likes and find out whether you have similarities with that person, with that girl, no? The same thing sa babae, bago mo sagutin yung guy na nanligaw sa inyo, you will also do that. If there are many similarities na gusto mo sa tao na yon, o 'di ba? Or characteristics na gusto mo sa tao na yon, sasagutin mo, 'di ba? Most likely ganun ang direction. So, same thing in a company. If there are many similarities and if there are attributes or personality of that applicants which you think are fitting, no, to your organization, then you will give that person a chance to be part of the organization. That's why on your part as an applicant, you need to find out also kung ano ang gusto ng company. Halimbawa, kayo mag-apply kayo sa isang college, no, or sa isang university. Ang ginagawa ninyo, halimbawa gusto ninyo sa UM, pag tinatanong kayo why you want to enroll in UM, 'di ba you have reasons why. There are things that, attract you to enroll in UM, okay? The other one is communication skills. And when you say communication skills, it doesn't only refer to your ability to speak in English, but your ability to process ideas, no? Information that you receive and how are you going to relay that information. That's number one. Number two is that your ability also to speak to some issues, no? So some topics like social, relevant, health, no? Um, technology, no? Concerning youth, no? Concerning the situation that we are in right now, your ability to speak and to talk, no? Discuss about those issues surrounding us, no? So it's all about communication skills, okay? So generally, there are three things. Questions are grouped into three things. Number one, can you do the job? No. So questions that will test about your skills, your talents, your competencies, and your abilities. As I said, kung kailangan ninyo mag-perform ng isang equipment, no, maggamit ng isang machine, or kailangan nila ang yung writing skills, communication skills, meron ka ba nun? No? Yun ang gina-refer natin na can you do the job? And yun ang isang pinaka-importanting question. No? Next is will you do the job? So competent ka, meron ka nung talents na hinahanap, well-trained ka, no? Ang next question is that do you have the interest, the motivation, and the right values to work? So you will be asked questions like, if you will be hired in our company, sometimes you need to work overtime or sometimes you need to work on holidays? Are you willing to do that? No. Or if you will be hired, you need to travel, no, a lot. You need to transfer residence. You will be assigned to other places. Are you willing to do that? No. So that's what do you mean by interest, motivation, and right values to work. The third question is all about fitness, no, in the company's culture, and ano ba to? Company's culture, and you know, it's your ability whether it will be easy for you to assimilate, no, to mingle with other people, to network, no, to be friends with existing employees in the company, and especially to your boss, no, follow orders, obey rules and regulations of the company. All right, so it has something to do overall about your interpersonal skills, your adaptability, and your positive work attitude. So some of the common interview questions, no, that you may encounter during your job interview are basic. No, number one is tell me something about yourself, or introduce yourself, or share to us some things that we need to know about you. So when you are being asked this question, you should not be too personal. Why this question is being asked? Because again, the interviewer wants to know whether you are qualified for the position, whether you have the basic requirements, whether you have the basic qualification, so that we can proceed with the interview. No? Basic pa lang, halimbawa, kung kailangan nila ng ganitong basic education, basic training, do you possess all those? No? Basic experience, do you possess all those? All right? So, when you introduce yourself, then you have to mention about your strengths, your accomplishments, and your experiences. By the time that you will apply for formal job after your graduation, probably in senior high school or in college, you'll have a better experience, no, that you know you can connect to the position. The other question is that what do you know about our company? And I already mentioned you the importance, the relevance of this, because you want to be part of the organization. And it's a test whether you did an initial research about our organization. And so if you have read our vision mission, if you have knowledge about the products and services that we are offering, no, whether you apply in private or in government, then that is already a plus, which means that you are really interested because you have done research. And for you senior high school students, you are digital natives. Information like this are right at your fingertips. No, you can if no need for you to visit the company, probably you can just search the company in their official website, or even in their official social media accounts. What is your greatest weakness? No, I mean, why this question is being asked? Why is it the interviewer is interested of knowing about my weakness? Because as I mentioned, interviewers are interested to know your strengths and why there is weakness. Why this question is being asked? Because number one, let's accept the fact that we are not perfect. We have weaknesses. There are things that we cannot do. No, I mean, we are not 100% perfect, complete. And so we want to know, the interviewer wants to know whether you have that ability to recognize your imperfection, no? Na dili ka arrogant na tao, no? Hindi ka arrogante na tao, ina-acknowledge mo na may pagkukulang ka. Number two, second reason why this question is being asked is that you know your weakness. And number three, that you have the ability to turn that weakness into something positive, or that you have developed a positive attitude or developed something strong in you out from this weakness. You know what I mean? For example, I'd like to cite an example. Ang isang weakness ko is I'm an impatient person. No? You cannot ask me to wait for long. I don't like to be stuck in a traffic. I hate to be stuck in a traffic. So that's why, because I know my weakness that I'm impatient, and if I travel from my house going to the office, and if I'm stuck in a traffic, it can ruin my entire day. No, it can destroy my mood, and it will affect my productivity for the day. So ang ginagawa ko is that maaga ako umaalis sa bahay ko, at maaga din ako dumarating sa office. So hindi ako na-stuck sa traffic. Alright? So yun yung positive attribute or characteristic na na-develop ko. And do you have any question? Ito senior high school students. When you're in an interview, especially in a job interview, do not let the interview finish without you asking any question, because a job interview is a conversation. And it's not a one-way communication na. May tanong ang interviewer at sasagutin mo. No? When you ask question, it will give an impression that you are really interested for the position and for the company. And you have to be careful in the questions that you are going to ask, because it must be related to the position, related to the company, all right? Related to your interest of applying to the position. You can probably ask, when can you make a follow-up? If you will be hired, or our new hirees, new employees in the company are given the opportunity also to grow. I mean, are there chances for them to be sent to trainings, something like that? Or what is the usual honeymoon period? No, when you say honeymoon period, which means that it's normal that you give allowance to new hire employees, no, that they can really commit mistakes, they cannot really deliver the expected output on time and the like. So what's the usual honeymoon period, no, for new hires, things like that. So if you ask those questions, it will give an impression that you are really interested to be part of the organization and you are interested for the position. What can you contribute most to our organization? May kahala contribute na di ay amutan sir kay contribute man mag-amot di ay may kumahire, no? It's not, no? We say contribute, it means that we are looking for someone who can help us. And what do you possess for you to be able to perform the task, for you to be able to achieve the function, no? The requirement of the position. So you can highlight your experience related to the position, no? Anything that's are related to the position, your personal characteristics, your attributes, your behavior, again, that you think are relevant to the performance of the job. Okay? Um, there's a survey done by PMAP. I'd like to share this to you, senior high school students. The survey asked HR, no? The HR are the ones doing the screening, the interview, no, for the applicants. And there's a survey asking them what are the common interview mistakes made by applicants. So topping the list, I'm sharing this to you because I'd like you to take note of this and don't do this when you're in a job interview. All right? So first, topping the list is answering cell phone or texting. So when you're in a job interview, switch off your phone or turn your phone into silent mode. Dressing inappropriately, appearing disinterested, appearing arrogant, appearing unprepared, no? Yung katagal masyado makasagot, mag-isip pa kung anong isasagot, 'di ba? Kulang sa confidence. So sinasabi natin that confidence is a factor, no? During job interview. Chewing gum, because we understand that why is it why is it that you're going to do this, no? Magsige ka usap-usap o gum because tense ka and you want to overcome that by doing this. So very obvious na natitense ka. At saka, it's annoying, no? Hindi maganda, para kang kanding, no? Sige, usap-usap. So don't do that. Not providing specific answers. So anong feeling mo na nasa job interview ka? Feeling mo na nasa Miss World or Miss Universe competition ka, that very generic ang sagot mo, no? Hindi. You have to cite an example, you have to cite your experience, a situation. Gaya nung sinabi ko kanina na weakness. Ang weakness ko ganito, so halimbawa, na-stuck ako sa traffic, mainit ang ulo ko, di ba? So yung mga ganon, no? And not asking good questions. So as I said, do not leave the interview area without you asking any question. Last topic is about social media etiquette. These companies will do background investigation, especially if they find you a potential candidate, strong candidate for the position. So what they're going to do is that they will do background investigation. They will check your social media. That's the fastest way of doing this, no? So these are things that you need to observe in your social media, in your Facebook, in your Instagram, and other stuff that you have. First, do not write negative posts, no? Galit ka sa PLDT, galit ka sa Davao Light, galit ka sa Water District. I mean, if you do that, if you post that, you think you can do something, no? I mean, they know that there's a problem in their connection. You don't do that, no? Galit ka sa Department of Health, no? Galit ka sa Robinsons, galit ka sa isang mall, galit ka sa presidente, galit ka sa mayor, or galit ka sa mga dilawan, kahit kanino ka galit, no? Sinusulat mo lahat, no? It's not good because it's a reflection of who you are, the kind of person who you are. Why will I hire you after all that? You spread negativity, no? And hindi nga pwede na uh, kung sa virus, i-avoid natin yung mga positive na tao, may mga virus, halimbawa, ganun. Pero this time, i-avoid natin yung mga negative na mga tao. Negative masyado mag-isip, and makikita mo yan sa kanilang posts. Because alam mo, kung when you post something, it's a reflection of your emotion, of your feeling, and of your thinking, di ba? So, kung meron kang masamang feeling, wag mo i-post because nakikita ng ibang tao yan. At it will give an idea really of who you are in terms of personality, in terms of the way you think, in terms of your character. Ito related din, use of derogatory language and ungrammatical posts, no? Because there's an impression that you are educated, you were taught good manners and right conduct. You were taught how to say something nice, even if you have complained. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na wala ka ng karapatan mag-complain or do not complain, no? Huwag ka nang mag-complain sa isang school, sa isang teacher, sa iyong teacher, or sa kahit saan, no? But there must be nice way of saying it, no? Proper way of saying it, no? Kasi meron tayong expectation, merong impression na maganda ang breeding natin because we are educated, 'di ba? So dapat careful kayo. If you think that, if you are not sure about what you are going to post, masama ba ito? Meron ba akong mga language dito or words na hindi maganda, no? Na masama sa feeling ng isang tao? Let other people read first your posts, okay? Kasi halimbawa kung ikaw, and if you are fan of attacking other organization or other person or even personalities and politicians, sinasabi mo na perfect ka, 'di ba? O what if ikaw 'yon, 'di ba? So pag-isipan ninyo ng mabuti. If you are not sure about what you are going to post, simple lang. Kung nakakasama sa ibang tao, yung pwede mo i-post, don't do that. Okay? Because meron pa naman tayong tinatawag na karmic law. I do not know senior high school students if you are familiar with that, no? Meron tayong tinatawag na karma or karmic law. So kung ano ang ginagawa mo sa ibang tao, sinasabihan mo sila ng masama, something will also come to you like that in the future. Okay? So don't do that. Kung binigyan mo sila ng maganda, no, sinasabihan mo sila ng magandang words, something good will also given back to you in the future. All right? Third is that do not make your posts all about you. Because ano ang impression nun? Ikaw yung tao na gusto mo palagi ang spotlight nasa iyo. All right? So, kung i-hire kita, baka gusto mo palagi ikaw na lang, no? Ang attention nasa iyo. Oh, 'di ba? Gusto mo star ka palagi. Okay? So, the fact that it's a social media, then what you can do is that you can touch social issues, discuss social issues, no? Like for example, if you have watched a series that deserve your review, then you write a review about that series, no? Since arts and sciences kayo, 'di ba? So maganda 'yan para sa inyo. Or kung may nabasa kayo na book, bagong nabasa na book, then you write something about that. You review about that. Or meron kayong isang social issue, political issue, or health issue na worth discussing, then you discuss that, no? At least hindi lang OOTD or pagkain mo or travel mo ang pinopost mo lahat sa iyong social media, or TikTok mo lahat all about you, no? 'Di ba? So you can do that, no? Because it's a social media after all. So that's all for my talk. I hope that you learn, senior high students. Please continue to follow us in our Facebook page, in our Instagram, and in our YouTube channel, no, for more updates and more educational information. So with that, I'd like to congratulate. Meron pa ako isang topic mamaya, no. I'm going to promote University of Mindanao sa inyo. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sir Ray, for your talk with regards to pre-employment requirements. So hopefully our students are able to grasp all those information in order for them to be ready with the career that you want to. All right, so this time we would like to ask our students to go to menti.com. Right, so menti.com. So you can go to that website, and then you write your name and also your school so that you will be recognized. And then you use the code 37954772. So we would like to ask our students, no, who are present here sa Zoom natin, and also who are now watching on our YouTube live, to join our quiz. Now, before we will go to the next um, topic, no, for this immersion webinar. Okay, so we're waiting for our players. Ayun. Okay. Okay, so you can also share, no, the link, no, of our Zoom and also our YouTube, no, so that your classmates, no, can also join, no, our webinar this morning. So prizes will be given, no, for those who will be on the top, no, of our quiz. So every topic meron tayong quiz, no, na gagawin. So invite your friends, your classmates, no, to join our webinar. Okay, so students, please enter our menti.com. So we're just waiting, no, sa ating mga viewers, no, who are now at YouTube Live. So I think we can have, no, our Menti quiz later. No? Maybe because our participants have problems with their internet connection, so we can have this quiz later. Okay, so let's proceed first to the next topic natin, no, this morning. So, career guide to various arts and sciences program. And to give us more details about this, ladies and gentlemen, one of the case faculty here in the University of Mindanao, Professor Mark Jason Wario. Virtual round of applause, please.
Thank you so much, Sir Benji, for that warm welcome. So first things first, let me share my screen so that we'll be good to go. All right, 1 second. There we go. Okay. All right. So um basically my topic for this morning will be about providing you a career guide to various programs in the arts and sciences. So before anything else, again, my name is Mark Jason Quario, and I have been teaching in the university for 7 years now, and I am under College of Arts and Sciences Education. Basically, our college is one of the biggest college in terms of the number of degrees offered in the university. And what we will be talking about this morning, primarily it will revolve around the following topics. Number one, we'll talk about the college objectives. Second, we'll also discuss the programs that we are offering under College of Arts and Sciences Education. Third, I'll also walk you through on the job training process for all those degrees that we are offering under our college. And fourth, I will share to you some of the partnered schools and industries and organizations, both from international and national and even local organizations and industries that we have a partnership with. So first things first, let's proceed to the college objectives. Now, if you will actually notice, as we discuss the objectives for our college, you'll actually see that the objectives are actually um, heading towards a holistic approach because we under College of Arts and Sciences, we don't want our graduates to just be mentally prepared for the professional world, but we would also want them to be emotionally prepared as well, and also be prepared when it comes to their social and cultural aspects as a professional and as a person in general. So in College of Arts and Sciences, our objectives do not just focus academically, but also it is focused in trying to help you better understand and have a better understanding on certain worldviews and perspectives especially when it comes to arts and sciences. So let's now start discussing the college objectives for College of Arts and Sciences. Number one, we would want our students to from various disciplines to keep a sense of global perspectives in the appreciation of the arts and culture. Now, a lot of people actually think that degrees under College of Arts and Sciences are those that are very, just gonna discuss about social sciences, but it's actually a very common misconception because College of Arts and Sciences is a college where it's a department wherein it is embracing diversity and also embracing different aspects, not just solely focused and limited to social sciences, because we actually offer different programs that would be a very good stepping stone for you if you would want to proceed to higher education. Maybe like you want to proceed to medical course or even law school. College of Arts and Sciences programs will be a very good stepping stone for you to be able to have that sense of global perspective. Because as I said, we don't just want you to be mentally prepared, but also to be socially involved and culturally informed. Second is that we would want to instill to our students genuine love and patriotism for the country. So here in College of Arts and Sciences, we would want our students to have that kind of fiery passion towards the country. We would want our students to have that kind of thinking wherein they would be able to serve the country and the Filipino people at the moment that they would graduate, especially the moment that they would start working as professional, and they would be able to render their services for the country and for the people. Third is we would want to promote universal moral values and ethical principles among students. So as I was saying, we would don't want you to be, intellectual giants, but have like a very dwarf heart. So we would want to help our students to grow in a sense wherein they are still well grounded and they still have not left their moral values and certain ethical principles, because in College of Arts and Science, well, generally speaking, in University of Mindanao, we would want our students to have that certain integrity the moment that they would become professionals, so that they will not just gonna excel in their workplace or in the workforce, but they would also be able to work with integrity, because to work with integrity and especially with with less supervision, without having your boss's eyes looking at over your shoulder, is like it speaks so much volume of the kind of personality and the kind of professional that you are, because there a lot of people can deliver work with excellence, but only a few can actually work with excellence and at the same time with integrity. So that is one thing that we would also want to promote for here in College of Arts and Sciences. Number four, we would want to provide courses that enable students to develop skills in critical thinking, lead an organization competently, and manage themselves well. So the programs that we are offering in College of Arts and Sciences is, as I've said, it's not just focused on social sciences. These are actually programs that would help you develop analytical, critical thinking skills. The one that would help you have a better understanding of not just on a textbook basis, but actually also in a way that you would be able to apply these certain theories that you have learned during your academic years and apply these into the real world, into the professional and career world. So these particular critical thinking skills will help you survive, because I have to tell you that the moment that you're graduate, you think that the battle is over, but actually the war is just about to start. So you'll have to be able to like armor yourselves and equip yourselves with certain skill sets that would help you be able to compete with the other professionals, because the moment that you graduate, the real battle starts. It would be a have it would you know you having to compete with the other applicants, because as you know, the unemployment rate here in the country is very um very worse. Actually, I don't want to sugarcoat anything about that. So for you to be able to like surface among the rest of the applicants is something that you would have to that you really would want to do. So it would be good that as early as your college years you have already developed that kind of leadership thinking, so that you'd be able to manage the moment that you would have to leave the university's corners. All right. So moving forward, the fifth one is we would want to provide knowledge in arts studies that is technology based in order to produce graduates who are capable of promoting and cultivating various arts of the industry and society. Oh, by the way, if you do have questions along the way, just feel free to jot them down and we can like go through those questions right after the talk, so we can provide you answers with whatever questions that you have in relation to my topic. So for College of Arts and Sciences, I would have to tell you that we have state-of-the-art facilities, laboratories, and we have all the equipment that would be needed for you to develop certain skills that would be needed the moment that you graduate. So um, I I I'm proud to say that if you would enroll for a course under our college, you're not gonna have a difficulty for like looking for a machinery or any equipment, because University of Mindanao actually provides that one for you, and these facilities would actually help you um, be able to like cultivate the particular skills that would be very much needed the moment that you graduate. So we don't want you to just like focus in learning textbook material, but we actually would want you to be able to really apply hands-on, like have a hands-on experience on how to like do the do these um particular skills, because today if you don't know certain skills, especially technology based skills, you're going to be left, you're going to be left behind by those who are like well adept and well knowledgeable on a particular skills when it comes to technology. Gone are the days wherein you have to like embrace the traditional ways of working, because if you still do, then you're going to be really left behind. So it is important here in College of Arts and Sciences that our graduates are well equipped with a certain skills and certain, not just certain theories and certain skills that would help them become the professional that they ought to be. Number six, to produce graduates with communication skills worthy of appreciation in social, interpersonal, corporate, and community relation. So here in College of Arts and Sciences, we do not just want you to be good at, at your job description, being, a social worker, a psychologist, a biologist, or a mathematician. Here in College of Arts and Sciences, we also would want to help you be able to communicate properly, because um, it the people who can communicate well and also do their jobs well would be would be, on the top of the food chain. They would be on a higher part of the hierarchy, in comparison to those who can't like speak well, and also write well. Remember that the moment you graduate, the very first thing that you would have to do to land your dream job is to practice your communication skills, specifically speaking, your employment communication skill. That is why Dr. Castro had mentioned about how to properly write, your application letter and your resume, so that this would actually help you get into the interview. And once you are in the interview, you're just going to have to ace it with your interview skills, with your communication skills, for you to get into the job. And once you are in the job, it doesn't mean that once you got your foot in, you'd be like, you'd have the assurance that you're going to last. You have to remember that, even if you already got the job, you are still under a microscope. People would still have to evaluate your performance while you are doing at a job. So there are instances that your contract may not get renewed because they didn't like your performance, because you were not communicating well your ideas, and you are not probably good with collaboration with your workmates or with your bosses. So to develop certain interpersonal skills and your communication skills, side by side, would be very important for us here in College of Arts and Sciences, because we don't want, to one day, the what do you call this, the industry would be having feedback to the university about our graduates who can't like properly communicate well. We don't want that to happen, right? So we want you, the moment that you would leave the corners of the university, that you are well equipped with also interpersonal and communication skills as well. So number 7, we would want to generate competitive entrepreneurs for the arts and entertainment industry at national and international levels. Now, I am proud to say that we actually have a lot of graduates who have been being such an inspiration in the international level. They were able to excel with whatever they do when it comes to the arts and the entertainment industry. Um, Also in national level as well. We don't want you to just, settle for something that is average, because we do believe that you can do so much better than that. So so as early as your college years, we would train you to be able to like um have that kind of thinking wherein you're like competing, and on a good note, competing globally or internationally, to with you'd be able to like be at par with those who are graduates of international universities as well abroad. Number 8, to provide consultative expertise in the field. Sorry, to provide consultative expertise in the fields of creative applied technology. So, um, the moment that you are a part of the department, we would also want you to not just be able to do certain skills, but also be an expert of your field. That people would also start like, you know, looking for you, for seeking for you for like certain advice or like certain consultation, because you are considered to be an expert of what you do. So it's not just about you being able to do certain skills, but you being able to transfer the skills that you have learned to other people, so that these other people will be able to also learn the skills from you. So that those are the kind of graduates that we would want here in the College of Arts and College of Arts and Sciences. So if you do want to possess those, then I suggest that you better start choosing a degree from our department, because I tell you, you're not going to regret it at all. All right. So now let me share to you the different programs or different degrees that we offer here in our college. So as I said, as I said earlier, we are actually one of the biggest college in the university in terms of the number of programs that we are offering. As a matter of fact, we offer a total of 13 programs under our college. Now you might be curious, like how do we cater such number of students when it comes to the number of programs that we are actually offering? Well, I have to tell you that University of Mindanao main campus is one of the biggest universities here in the region. So, and our college of arts and sciences, our building is located in the farthest part the moment you enter the main gate. So if your class starts at 7 a.m. and then you arrived at a gate at exactly 7 a.m. as well, well, you better run for because it's a very big university. That's why we are able to cater thousands of students. But if you actually are lucky enough, we actually have like shuttles inside the university wherein you can ride from the gate going to the building, and it's all free of charge. Like you don't have to pay any pamasahe for that, so you're good to go. And it's all, it's all part of the services that we are offering in the university, so you don't need to worry. Even though the building for arts and sciences is the farthest from the main gate. All right, so so much about that. Now let me share to you the programs that we are offering and try to see if you see yourself in these programs. And if you do have questions about these programs, well, feel free to jot them down. The first program that we are offering is Bachelor of Arts in Communication. Now, if you are, this is actually mass communication. Now, if you are someone who can't, like, stop yourself from speaking, you just love talking and talking, and also you do excel when it comes to writing, well, I would suggest that you enroll Bachelor of Arts in Communication, because this is actually a very good degree if you would want to like work in the field of broadcasting, or in the field of any other related communication profession. Second is Bachelor of Arts in English Language. This is um, popularly known as the AD English. So this particular degree is actually for those who are very much into studying a language. They are very much into like learning about the structure of a language. They want to like dissect a particular language and try to like make sense of each element of the language. They would be able to like do certain discourse analysis, so that they would be able to like not just speak the language, but also know the certain syntax, semantics, everything that comprises the language. This is what these people study. They are those that would want to become a linguist someday. So choose AB language for that, because it's actually a very promising degree. Another is Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Now, if you would want to pursue law school, I would suggest that you would enroll in Pol Sci, because it's a very good stepping stone for you to prepare yourself before you proceed to law school. And it would actually help you pass the PhilSat. PhilSat is basically um, the examination that you have to take before you can enroll yourself in any of the law schools here in the country. So political science, if you're into like, if you're one of those people who like to share certain political analysis in social media and love to um, go into the dirty and nitty bit details about the politics and the governance here in the country, and you are very outspoken, well, I would suggest that you enroll in political science. That would be a very good fit for you. Another is Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Now, this is for those who are into, if you are a part of your school paper or school publication right now, if you have been if you have been um play the role of the EIC of your school paper, well, I would suggest that you would enroll Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, because these are for those who see value in, and honesty and integrity when it comes to journalism, because there are like a very few people today in the journalism world where they still stick to what is right and um what is proper when it comes to journalism. So if you want to add to those people who have integrity when it comes to journalism, then please do enroll for college, for Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Another is Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting. So this one though is for like if you're into newscasting, or if you like love delivering news, like I don't know, like kung chismosa ka ba? Ganyan. But not really. If you do love to, be a person of a good source of information, then I would suggest, or I would recommend for you to enroll broadcasting. Now let's proceed to science related subjects. So this time let's proceed to the first one, agroforestry. Now this is a degree for those who do love, who do share a certain passion when it comes to, like, the trees, agriculture, and even like the environment in general. So I would have you um, recommend to enroll agroforestry for that. Another is Bachelor of Science in Biology, major in ecology. This is another science related degree that we are actually offering. As I've said, we don't just focus on social sciences, but we do have sciences that we are offering in the university. And another one is Bachelor of Science in Biology, major in plant biology. Now, we do have a lot of researchers for from College of Arts and Sciences who have, participated in international research forums, and they were able to publish their research in particular field, especially in biology, and they have been granted with international awards as well, and they were able to like um present these in these in in other countries abroad. So if you do want to travel, we'd be able to help you with that, as long as you'd be able to excel, especially in research, because in University of Minden, especially in arts and sciences, we do give value, or we do see value in research. So if you are into that kind of stuff, then feel free to enroll. Another is Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. Now, this is more focused on the environment. So if you do like that, then you'd there's a good fit for you for this particular degree. Another is Bachelor of Science in Forestry. Now, this is different compared to agroforestry, because agroforestry, it is something in relation to agriculture, but when it comes to forestry, it's more focused on basically something that has to do with trees and stuff like that. So but with agroforestry, it includes, like crops and all that. So with forestry, it's more focused to a particular branch of science. Another is Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. Now, if you are a person who believe that you're good in numbers and you're good in statistics, that, well, this is something that you would be good at. So there are a lot of jobs out there that are, looking for graduates in BS Mathematics, because this is actually a very good degree that help people who are in research and survey, and basically for those who are wanting to like expand their company and their industry, they do hire mathematicians for that, to do their math, to do their math basically. Another is Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Now, if you do want to proceed to become a doctor in psychology, this would be a very good stepping stone for you, because this would help you like get a license to be a psychometrician and to help you become a psychologist as well. So this is a very good start for you to be able to be equipped with certain theories and certain hands-on experience for becoming a psychologist. And another is Bachelor of Science in Social Work. These are for those people who do love working in the community and helping communities thrive and improve their lifestyle. These are for those people who got that, servant's heart to like serve the people and the community especially. So those are the 13 programs that we are offering. I would love to talk more about these programs, but we are in a we are in a bit of a time crunch right now. So that's just like the concise version of what the program is. So I was just giving you a macro view of what a program is. So if you do want to like learn more about these programs, um our college contact you can actually call so that they can give you more details about it. All right. So I would actually love to be, to have you as one of my students if you do plan to enroll in any of these programs. So now let's proceed to now let me walk you through the job training process for those that are planning to enroll in any of those programs that I've mentioned. So first part would be the solicitation. This would be the part wherein we would look for partners from both local and abroad because we would help you on your internship period the moment that you finish all your academic requirements. So we are actually going to be helping you get into the best internship possible. So we would initiate bilateral talks with our possible partners. And then the third step would be the verification process. We would be evaluating the background of the possible partner, including the capacity of our students, you guys, to have a meaningful exposure in the company because we don't want you to be just left in a company where we haven't checked the background because we want you to be in a particular industry wherein they would be able to really help you prepare you for your professional endeavor in the future. Next would be the pre-deployment stage. Well, this is just like paperwork and stuff. We'll be conducting pre-deployment seminar and orientation for all the students who are qualified to do the internship. And then this would be the moment that we would be submitting all the paperworks um, to the college so that you'll be able to start planning for your internship. And then the next one, you will be proceeding with the checking period. This would be us checking all the requirements if it has been complied, due to for diligence requirements. And then afterwards, um, we will hand it over to the coordinator of the internship with proper advice. And then the moment comes that you would be deployed to your respective companies or whatever industry that you would be assigned to. So once you will be deployed, you will be accompanied on the first day with the coordinator to have like a proper introduction and between you and the company. And then during this particular time as well, during the deployment we'll be monitoring your progress, whether you have been doing good during your training period. And once in a week we'll also gonna do like a meetup in school to like just have a checkup on how you're doing, and they're also gonna be evaluating your performance as well. So, and the internship proper, you will be observed by the company or agency assigned to you if you have been following the rules and regulation, and you're also going to be accomplishing certain reports and documentation. Remember that during your internship proper, you're not just going to be stapling documents. A lot of people actually think that during their internship mag stapler lang sila documents. No, you will be given like a real job responsibilities and duties and tasks that you have to accomplish on a daily basis to really, equip you with a certain skill sets that would be required for you before you graduate. And then the validation period. This would be the time that we would visit partner companies or agencies to validate reports submitted and to evaluate as well the effectiveness of the partnership. And then you are good to go. So once you're done, then you're just gonna wait until your graduation. So let me just share to you some of our partnered agencies and industries. So for psychology, if you do want to enroll in psychology, we are partnered with New Day Recovery Center Incorporated, Dr. Erickson Batikan Psychological Center, Little Haven Psychological Services, Davao Christian High School, Concentrics. If you see there are actually industries like BPO industry, because psychology people are also equipped to work in the HR department because they have to also deal with HR relations. RDL Pharmaceutical Laboratory, Davao Autism Intervention Center Foundation Incorporated, Paisano Mall of Davao. Let me just reiterate that these are just some. These are just few of the many partnered industries that we have because I cannot like put it all in one slide. So next is the for mass communication. We are partnered with Philippine Information Agency from Region 11, Mindanao Times, DXUM, AM Radio Ukay Davao, City Information's Office, People's Television or PTCV Davao, TV5 Davao, DXDC AM Radio Mindanao Network, DXXL IFM Davao, Forum ZFD on these pots production. So if you come to think of it, you're not gonna have a difficulty looking for um a company for your internship because we have actually at times you would you know the difficulty comes of you choosing out from the many companies that we actually are partnered with. Next would be political science. So we are also partnered with National Labor Relations Communication, City Health Office, Commission on Human Rights, Department of Interior and Local Government, and Barangay Council. As you notice, we are also partnered with a lot of government agencies, not just on certain industries and some enterprises, but we are also connected with a lot of government department and agencies. Another is for biological science. We are partnered with Department of Science and Technology or DOST, Water District, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BFAR, Taylor Best, Mount Kamigitan, Puente Spina Orchid, Garden and Tropical Plants Incorporated, and Sagrex Corporation. Another for those who are planning to enroll AB English. So we are also connected with Davao Language Academy, Sunster Davao, EOE Global Services Corporation, and FGC Plus. For social work, we are partnered with, of course, DSWD, City Social Welfare Development Office, Marifil, San Lorenzo Ruiz, Socioeconomic Development Foundation, Department of Justice, San Pedro Hospital, Mindanao Migrants for Actions Incorporated, Tambayan Center for Children's Rights, Padre Pio Home for Children, SOS Children's Village, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Region 11, Department of Health Region 11, Kaugmaon Foundation Incorporated, Care for the Elderly Foundation, Davao Jubilee Foundation, Golden Haven Retirement Homes, and some of the LGs here in the city. So if you notice, for social work, we have partnered with a lot of orphanage and a lot of home for the aged retirement homes, retirement. So we would be able to help you, build a sense of community with these particular industries. So I will not be able to share to you all of our partnered industries for all of the degrees that we are offering because we, as I said, we offer a 13 program. So I'm just giving you a gist of the total, a gist of just a little bit background of a little bit of everything. All right, so well that ends my talk for this particular topic, career guide to various arts and sciences programs. And if you do have questions, just jot them down and we'll be able to answer it. towards the end of the talk. Now I'm giving it back to Professor Mainopes for any update. Sir Benji,
Thank you very much, Sir Mark,
you're
Mark
welcome.
Bowman, Mark Jason Pario, one of the case faculty of this university. And thank you, sir, for giving us those information, giving our students those information about those various programs of arts and science. This time, let's go to the next topic that we're going to discuss this morning. And other topic is gearing towards career paths in the arts and sciences. And to give us more information about this, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Mary Jane Palikte. Virtual round of applause.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sir Benji, Dr. Castro, Sir Quario, and our viewers via Facebook and via Zoom. Welcome to our dear senior high school students. So, before I share my prepared videos this morning, once again, I am Professor Mary Jane Bonet Palikte. Like Sir Quario, I am also serving the university for 7 years already. Still, I am under the College of Arts and Sciences Education under the languages discipline. So now you've heard from Professor Quario. Now he was able to present to you the career guide to various programs under the arts and sciences. Now, the question is, why should you pursue a career under the College of Arts and Sciences? So, another fact, aside from the facts provided by Professor Quario, most of the programs offered by our college is a non-board course. So when we say non-board course, after graduation, you don't need to take any more licensure examination or board examination for it to have a job. But we also have, I think, 3 programs out of 13 programs. We have 3 programs that requires you to take the board examination before you can work actually on your respective fields. But that doesn't mean that if we do not have licensure examination or after graduation you're not required to take board exam, it doesn't mean that the courses under our college, the arts and sciences, doesn't give you any promising future. That is, ano ba yun siya? That's a myth. Okay, that's one myth. Kasi there are some would say that if you're in the arts and science arts program, it will not give you a job after graduation. But that's actually a myth, because this morning um, I will going to present to you the career opportunities and the career paths that the arts and the sciences, the programs under our college, will be giving you after your 4 years of stay in our college. So now, first thing is that I asked some program heads under our college, like what Professor Quario mentioned a while ago. We offered 13 programs. So I cannot actually invite all the 13 program heads to speak for our college, but I invited few on the spot interview, to be exact. I asked them a question, why should you or your students pursue a career under our college? And I would like you to hear from them. These are some people behind the programs that we offer. So allow me to share my screen. All right, so let's hear from the program heads of our college.
Welcome to the University of Mindanao Social Work Program. Why do I pursue social work profession? There are many reasons to pursue social work profession, but I would only want to emphasize 5 reasons. Number one, you will find many job opportunities, especially in this pandemic. Many agencies are hiring social workers. One of the courses that are in demand this pandemic, though it's risky, but if you have the commitment, for sure you will succeed. Two, the social work career path is versatile because you can be a therapist, policy analyst, community health advocate, facilitator, trainer, teacher, and more. Number three, social work leads to self-improvement because of the spirit of altruism focusing on others' needs without considering themselves. Social workers change people's lives. Helping people's lives is one of the most rewarding elements of going into social work. Five is the social workers change the world. Social workers have always been the voice of the marginalized people, be it in the micro, meso, and macro levels. These reasons capture the students' interest, especially in choosing their career. Many people would ask, why should I enroll in social work? Most of the students answer, I want to help the marginalized people. As we observe, most of them are motivated by their passion and commitment to help others.
This pandemic has changed the face of how we think professionally, and many people are facing the threat of losing their jobs. What used to be convenient has become impossible, and convenience has even changed its meaning. And if there is a flourishing profession, even in these difficult times, that would be the Bachelor of Arts in English Language. Graduates in the program are in demand in the fields that require effective use of the English language to realize specific goals. Career opportunities include academic and scholarly work, such as teaching and research, business and industry jobs, such as public relations, advertising and documentation, media and publishing, such as writing, translating and editing, and government and diplomatic services. In the AB English language, students are trained to articulate a comprehensive and contextualized view of the English language system and development. Also, students are trained to communicate fluently and effectively in oral and written English. They are also expected to facilitate English language learning in diverse settings and produce well-written text for various academic and professional purposes, all of which are very important skills to succeed in various social, cultural, academic, and professional settings.
The Philippines is one of the 18 mega biodiverse countries of the world. Aside from that, medical doctors are in need in this time of pandemic. Why choose this program? First, no licensure exam. Second, it is a pre-med program. Third, a DOST and CHED scholarship priority. Fourth, it is in-demand professions overseas. And lastly, a great opportunity at the same time having fun. So what are then the career opportunity of this program? You can be pharmaceutical sales representative, environmental scientist or specialist, occupational health and safety specialist, plant and animal conservation scientist, high school and a college teacher, environmental biological technician, a research assistant, quality control technician, agricultural or food science technician, and a medical research scientist. So, I encourage you to be part of this program. So enroll now in Bachelor of Science in Biology at the University of Mindanao, Davao City.
Welcome to the University of Mindanao Psychology Program. Why study psychology? Psychology is fascinating yet a challenging course. But here are the three reasons why you should study psychology. First, studying psychology can help you understand yourself and other people by learning about aspects of human behavior that will help you in your daily life. This includes your interaction with others and your ability to cope with pressure and your understanding of the causes of psychological disorders. Second, with the issues of mental health, studying is one of the avenues to help and improve individuals' quality of life in times of crisis. Psychology practitioners are the voice of the individuals who experience discrimination due to mental health issues. Third, psychology provides excellent job prospects in a wide range of careers. You can work in areas like sports, schools, clinical, developmental, forensic, rehabilitation, health, industrial, and organizational psychology. You can also work by doing research, consultation, diagnosing, and treatment. You can also work with a variety of groups such as children, adolescents, and adults. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll now and don't forget Ampinga.
Do you see yourself as a newscaster or a radio personality? Or you wish to enjoy the glory of the byline as a journalist? If you want to develop media literacy, improve your interpersonal skills, prepare communication and media plan, copy editing and graphic design skills, then the Bachelor of Arts in Communication under the Arts and Sciences Education of the University of Mindanao is the perfect course to enroll. A degree in communication opens a variety of career opportunities in development communication, broadcasting, journalism, communication research, multimedia studies, film, public relations, advertising, and integrated marketing. So what are you waiting for? Enroll na ga!
I humbly inform you that the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science program is the home of successful leaders in the country. For more than 4 decades now, the program has produced lawyers, prosecutors, judges, and employees in the Judiciary Department holding supervisory positions. Other graduates became successful politicians holding positions from barangay councilor, barangay captain, municipal and city councilor, municipal and city vice mayor, municipal and city mayor, provincial board member, vice governor, governor, and district representatives. The program has also produced more than 1,000 well-rounded graduates holding the highest positions in local government units, national government agencies, government-owned or controlled corporations, and diplomatic offices abroad. Moreover, the program nurtures graduates who are now holding the highest positions in private institutions. Now, would you like to be a public servant? Study Bachelor of Arts in Political Science at the University of Mindanao.
All right. So once again, no, those are some few faces no, behind the programs offered by the College of Arts and Sciences Education. But if you want to see them all, then you'll join our college and then you will see the faces behind the 13 programs. Those are just a glimpse, and you will see everyone once you join our program. So now, like what I said a while ago, um, I would like to give light or to shed light to the different career opportunities or what job can you get after your 4 years of taking the courses under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. At the same time, I would like to present as well the different employability skills that our pool of professors will be providing you. And take note that the College of Arts and Sciences Education has a well-trained pool of faculty members. They're trained locally, nationally, and internationally. So we will really give you, the assurance that you will really have a meaningful training, and you will be prepared, to join the battlefield of the professionals. So now the next video that I will be sharing now is a detailed presentation of the different careers and employability skills that you can get in every program that we offer. So this is a pre-recorded video of myself that I will be sharing this morning. So my discussion is on gearing towards career in the arts and sciences. So let's start with the careers. What could be the possible careers that you can have, or the job that you may venture with after graduation? I would like to start with the Bachelor of Arts in Communication. So now we offer two new programs that is allied, or yeah, it's related to communication. Before it's mass communication, but now we have three already. It's divided into three areas, or three areas of specialization. We can choose communication, and we have now journalism, and you can also choose broadcasting. It depends on where you are, where your forte is, where you're good at, where you're good at. So you can actually choose between those options. So again, if you want to pursue Bachelor of Arts in Communication, so what could be the possible career opportunities for you? You could be a copywriter, you could be an account executive, you can be an advertising manager, you could be a public relations officer, you could also be a TV or radio production staff, or you can also be a college professor if you like. Now, if you will enroll in Bachelor of Arts in English language, so I would like to um, also shed light that BS Ed English, Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, is different discipline from the Bachelor of Arts in English language. So BS Ed English is under the College of Teacher Education. If you want to teach English and you want to learn the pedagogy of how to teach English to the second language learners, then you can proceed with BSED English. Now, if you want to go to the meat and the heart of English language, then you may consider Bachelor of Arts in English language. So what could be the possible career opportunities if you will proceed with Bachelor of Arts in English language? You could be a digital copywriter, you could be an editorial assistant, you could be an English as foreign language teacher, you could be a lexicographer. You could also be a magazine journalist, newspaper journalist, private tutor, publishing copy editor, or a proofreader. You could also be a secondary teacher if you wish to proceed with teaching. You can earn teaching units from the College of Teacher Education so that we can take the licensure examination for teachers. You could also be a web content manager or a writer. So there are a lot of opportunities that you can choose from after you graduate with this course. We also have Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, which was mentioned already by Professor Alger Dura, but I would like to lay down in detail the different career opportunities that you can go with after graduating Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. You could be a policy analyst, you could be a legislative assistant, you could be a public relations specialist, social media manager, marketing research analyst, political consultant. You could be a lawyer if you wish to proceed with law school. You could be an intelligence analyst. You could be a political campaign staff.
You could be a college student leadership and activities director, paralegal, public opinion researcher, corporate advisor for government relations, political consultant, and you could also be a professor. So there are a lot of options to choose from. Okay, if you will proceed with Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Moving on, again, we have 13 programs, so you will really have a lot of options to choose from if you wish to join us in the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So we also have Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia Arts. So what could be the possible career opportunities that you can venture with after graduation? You could be an art director, you could be a computer programmer, craft and fine artists, film and video editors and camera operators, graphic designers, producers, and directors, and you could also be a web developer. With Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, you could be a college instructor, you could be an academic researcher, technical consultant, entrepreneur, and even a farm supervisor. So there are a lot of things to consider, and you can also always have an option where you want to go. Then we have Bachelor of Science in Biology if you do not wish to proceed with med school after graduation. It's not yet the end because there are a lot of opportunities that you can always consider after graduating Bachelor of Science in Biology. You could be a research scientist, you could be a pharmacologist, biologist, ecologist, nature conservation officer, biotechnologist, forensic scientist, science writer, and even a teacher. And biology is also majored into two different fields, which was presented by Sir Mark a while ago. So you can choose which area would you like to specialize with. And then we also have Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. So after graduation, you could be an amenity horticulturist, you could be a commercial horticulturist, environmental education officer, environmental engineer, environmental manager, mineral surveyor, and even a nature conservation officer. So if you have the love for nature, if you have passion for it, working with different aspects related to our environment and the nature, then you can proceed with Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. We also have Bachelor of Science in Forestry. So what could be the possible jobs and careers that you can have after graduation? By the way, forestry is a board course. So you will take a licensure exam after graduation. So what could be your possible job? We have farm supervisor, farm manager, horticulturist, plant manager, dairy herdsman, processing plant manager, entomologist, and pest control supervisor. Okay, moving on to other fields of sciences, we have Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. So you can be a math teacher, you can be a college professor, you can be a financial analyst, system developer, algorithm developer, marketing analyst, mathematician, and a cryptographer. So there are a lot of jobs that you can choose actually. Then we have Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Ma'am Sheena, the program head of the psychology program, made mention some of the career paths that you can go to after graduation. But to add on to that, we have different careers after you graduate Bachelor of Science in Psychology. So you can be an advertising agent, you can be a career counselor, you can be a case manager, child care worker, market researcher, laboratory assistant, psychiatric technician, probation and parole officer, rehabilitation specialist, social service specialist, and you could be a teacher or even a professor. For Bachelor of Science in Social Work, which was also mentioned or presented a while ago, to add to those career paths, you could also consider to be a human resource developer, program developer, project manager, social worker, social welfare planner, and counselor. Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Bachelor of Science in Social Work are also board courses. So after you finish your 4-year course, you will be taking licensure examination for this programs. And then this are our new program offers, no, under the College of Arts and Sciences Education. So we have Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. So what could be the career paths after graduation? You could be a news editor, you could be a media researcher, you could be a news analyst, you could be a writer, you could be a broadcast journalist, photojournalist, director, public relations officer. And with broadcasting, you could be a radio or television writer, you could be a radio or television director, or even a producer. You could also be a news reporter or a news anchor, a media manager, a media consultant, or you could also join us in the tertiary education, being one of the college professors. So those are the 13 programs that we offer and the career opportunities that you can actually consider after you finish your 4-year course. Now, in your stay with our college, which is most likely 4 years because our programs are 4-year courses, what are the skills that will be honed in your 4-year stay in our program? There are a lot of skills that will be prepared and will be honed before you will be deployed to the actual battlefield, no, of the world of the career people, the professional world. But we, University of Mindanao, would never allow you to combat with the battle unless you are fully equipped and you are fully ready to face that battle, the professional battle. Because the journey doesn't end after you finish your course, because that is actually the beginning. And like what Sir Mark mentioned a while ago, UM provides you the best learning experience together with the best facilities, and we have a lot or numerous partners that would help us prepare you in your deployment to the actual battlefield of the professional world. So you've seen a while ago the different partner institutions and organizations of our college, because you will not just stay within the portals of our college, but after during your 3rd year or 4th year, I guess, you will be deployed to the different partner organizations of our college, so that you will have the actual feel, or you will have the experience how it is to work in the actual environment where your program, or where you will be after you accomplish your course. So those partner institutions, those partner organizations are a very good area or very good fields where you can practice your specialty, your crafts, before you will move out from the portals of the university. So now I will be moving to the employability skills that you will acquire in your years of stay in our college. So firstly, in the Bachelor of Arts of Communication, you will be honed, you will be trained into different employability skills, which these are just some of the many things that you will learn from the program. So you will be trained in the different research and analysis of information, writing for clarity and explanation, interpersonal communications, visual design, public speaking, media relations, problem solving, decision making, leadership, conflict resolution, and even presentation speaking. So these are the rigid training that you will go through in your stay within the program, that would make you confident that after 4 years, you will really say that I am from UM and I am prepared to face the battle, the professional battle. With the Bachelor of Arts in English Language, the employability skills that will be trained and honed within your years of stay, we have planning and researching written words. We also have articulating knowledge and understanding of texts, concepts, and theories, leading and participating in discussions, negotiation, and team working to present ideas and information, effectively conveying of arguments and opinions, and even thinking creatively, using your judgment to weigh up alternative perspectives, and critical reasoning and analysis. Because you'll have this, because UM will give you the best pool of faculty members. They're experts, they were trained also, and they proceed to different areas of studies that made them as expert as they are today. So I, in behalf of the College of Arts and Sciences, I am confident that you will get the best learning and meaningful experience when you join us in the University of Mindanao. Then we have Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Some of the employability skills that you will acquire are the following: making projections, or organizing people or ideas, thinking logically, conceptualizing and implementing a projects, and even decision making. With the Bachelor of Arts in Multimedia Arts, you will be able to use computer programs and illustrations. We don't have, it's not just the typical computer programs, because we also have different facilities that would expose you to different and state of the arts facilities that you will possibly use after you graduate. Now we have our Mac laboratory, where all of our facilities are Mac or Apple, and some of the time, some of our the multimedia art students are also using that laboratory for them to experience different types of computer programs, different types of computers, where they can experience different things, and even, the modern things that they may need when they will do their craft after graduation. They will also have the opportunity to work with a team of animators and artists. They could have research with upcoming projects. They will be able to develop storyboards, or know how to develop storyboards, edit animations and effects. I will be showing samples later on. They will also be experiencing meeting with clients, other animators, game designers, directors, and other stuff. And then for the Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, the skill that you will be acquiring after you finish this course is you will be carrying out the science, the art, and business of a dynamic and interactive process of production, management, and utilization of trees and other woody perennials, agricultural crops, and or animals and soils and related environment in the same units of land, arranged either zonally, mixed simultaneously, or sequentially for the twin purpose of conservation and socio-economic productivity. For Bachelor of Science in Biology, some of the employability skills are analytical mind and critical thinking skills. You will also be enjoying working with different living organisms and studying biological systems. And you can also acquire good laboratory skills, which you will be needing in that course. You can also acquire the ability to quickly assess large amounts of information and data, leadership skills, self-confidence and motivation, determination, because this really needs, a lot of determination, especially that the course is quite challenging. Good decision-making skills, good communication skills. You will also have the ability to work successfully with others, and you will be a logical thinker who likes to solve problems. With Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, I will just read a few. You will be able to know how to decide on the best data collection methods. You will be able to experience field surveys and collecting data, conducting lab tests on water, air, and soil sample. You will be able to experience interpreting data to identify whether contamination exists in accordance with environmental laws. You could build conceptual models that identify the potential contaminant sources that could have an adverse impact on the environment, and all other skills related to environmental science. With forestry, you will be trained on the soil health, plant health, monitoring and assessment, learning specialized software, because I think there are softwares that the foresters also utilizes when they do their respective field. And then resource management, you will deal with insects, diseases, and more. Then moving on to the Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, you will be able to construct and you will be able to clearly present mathematical and logical arguments. You will have the ability to deal with highly abstract concepts, advanced numeracy skills, and turning real world problems into mathematical problems, and all other skills that the program will equip you with. With Bachelor of Science in Psychology, sorry. So you will be honed to become critical thinkers, and you will be equipped with analytical skills, abstract reasoning, communication and interpersonal skills, leadership, and teamwork skills. With Bachelor of Science in Social Work, so you will have organizational skills. You will also understand the human psychology, and you will develop the sense of empathy because you will be working with people, with communities. And then you will also have the ability, or you will acquire the ability to facilitate cooperation both among individuals and groups. So there's active listening skills, critical listening skills, and even verbal and written communication skills. With Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, I will read a few. So you will learn how to be resourceful, how to manage. You will also be honed to strengthen pala. It will strengthen your interpersonal skills, your leadership, your flexible and creative independent approach, and your ability to listen and to work productively with other people. And lastly, with Bachelor of Arts in Broadcasting, so the skills that you will acquire after graduation or after 4 years stay in the program are the following. Some of this, so critical, and some are these skills, but I believe, I cannot name all, but these are some that I can identify, that surely that you will acquire in your stay in the program. So you will have the commercial and cultural awareness of media and creative industries. You will have the initiation and development of creative work in writing, audio, visual, and other economic media. You will be flexible, creative, and independent, and you will be able to establish the ability to work to a brief, and you will be able to meet deadlines. Kasi 'di ba pag broadcaster ka, if you are in the media industry, dapat 'di ba mabilisan, no? At saka dapat mabilis kang mag-isip for you to, especially pag may mga nangyayari around us. So that's it. So now those are
Okay. So those are the programs, no, the 13 programs that we offer. But I made mention multimedia arts. I guess I don't know what school year will be it effective. The multimedia arts will be transferred to the College of Computing Education. So if it happens that some of you will also be joining the College of Computing Education's immersion webinar, so they might also make mention of the multimedia arts. But at the moment, as far as I know, multimedia arts is still in our list. Maybe next school year they will be officially transferred to the College of Computing Education. Now, to give you a real life testimony, although I can really invite a lot of graduates or product from the College of Arts and Sciences. But I would like to share one testimony from our students who happens to be a graduate of Bachelor of Arts in Mass Communication program, and currently he is now working with the City Information Office, specifically Biaheng Duterte. He is already part of it, and I asked him to share his thoughts. No, why should you or dear students choose College of Arts and Sciences education, and specifically his program where he came from, which is the Bachelor of Arts in Communication, uh, Communication Arts. So I will share his short video.
Hi everyone, I'm a product of University of Mindanao. And when I think of UM's mass communication program, three things come to my mind. First, its academic standards. Second, its experienced faculty. And third, its strong commitment to opportunity. These three things work together to polish a single diamond in the rough into a gem that is shaped to withstand every blow of the real world. So in our program, you'll be able to learn under the tutelage of our esteemed faculty. My teachers are very intelligent and they never leave their student empty head. They see to it that no one will be left behind. So apart from that, our program also provides various activities that allow us students to channel our creativity, whether that be in writing, in newscasting, in broadcasting, or photography. For instance, back in college, we were given opportunity to be part of a production team or a coverage team to work during intramurals or during graduation, among others. And also, our program actively supports us to participate in competitions outside the school, like film festivals and newscasting. And these opportunities were very helpful for us to take ourselves in a variety of challenges and to challenge ourselves to improve at everything we do. So lastly, to comply to the high standards of excellence, our program provides state of the art facilities and modern equipment conducive to optimum learning where we can apply our lessons and skills and hone our craft. The knowledge and experiences I've had at UM have shaped me from diamonds in the rough into a gem. And these three things, its academic standard, its experienced faculty, and its strong commitment to opportunity have given me a solid foundation for a career. And I'm very glad that I made a decision to go to school there. I hope you too.
So once again, that was Mr. Nino Nicole Villarreal. He is a graduate of 2019, magna cum laude, and now he is already a news editor of the City Information Office, no, specifically Biaheng Duterte. And take note that he had a job right after graduation. So Nino is one manifestation that after you move out from the portals of the university, no, you will not really have a hard time looking for a job, because if you're from the University of Mindanao, the industry knows, especially the partner industry, they know already how the students are being trained at the time that they're still inside the portals of the university. And that's one factor that I can assure you, our dear students, that if you're from the University of Mindanao, you will be one, no, of the top list of the employers, no, that they will consider na galing sa UM, maganda ang training. So ganun siya. So Nino is just an example. We have a lot of products from the College of Arts and Sciences who are now professionals, who are now designated with positions in different industries and companies. But because of their very busy schedule, no, the fastest reply that I got is from Nino, and I think he is also taking his law school, I think. That's why mabilis ko siyang na contact, because he is still up at night. Now, Nino made mention that during his college years, they were also tapped to cover different events of the university, be it institutional events, intramurals, and alike. So now I would like to show some sample works, the collaboration of multimedia arts and the mass comm program. At the same time, the sample outputs that I will be sharing to you um, are can also be a glimpse that if you're in the College of Arts and Sciences education, it's not just academics, but we also have extracurricular activities, non-academic activities that would allow also our students to enjoy and to be acquainted with other students no under the college, because like what Professor Quario mentioned a while ago, our program is one of the biggest program in terms of the programs offered. So definitely, we have a number of students, and some are in the morning shift, some are in the afternoon, some are in the evening, and there will be minimal moments where they will meet each other, and this is one opportunity where they can meet fellow students from the same college. So I will be sharing three outputs from our students, specifically from the mass comm program and from the multimedia arts program. This is just a few, but there are actually a lot of outputs that they made through the years. But I just picked the recent um outputs before the pandemic. So the first one is just a short video of the 68th intramural league before the pandemic. So enjoy watching this event. When down, crashing in my own bed. There ain't no words when you're sleeping with shame. All out and yet still wide awake. There ain't no prayer when you're sleeping on nails. When words fail you and all that you can do is look away. Yeah, and the image in my mind. There you have it. So that's just a short clip of the some of the events during the intramural league. Now another video that I will be sharing, the last two videos that I will be sharing are to call that a teaser of a short film, and do you call that? The other one is a campaign, which is also made by the mass communication program and the multimedia arts program. No? They worked together to accomplish this output. So I'll show you the first one. This is a campaign. So every month, the program produces a campaign with the different themes, and I would like to share this one. The theme for this campaign is the teamwork and the camaraderie between the college and the senior high school department of the university. And lastly, I would like to share the trailer pala. It's the trailer of a short film, the output of the mass communication students. Now, this is just a trailer of their short film. And this is the last video that I will be sharing.
Han, sorry kayo kay di ko kauli dira. Lockdown diri.
All right. So those were the outputs of our students, no, from our college. I can only share from the mass communication because most of their outputs are short films and trailers. But you can, if you will join our program or college, I mean, you will be seeing more of this. This is just a glimpse, no, a bird's eye view on how it is to be in our college. So I think with that, no, being said and the information being provided a while ago, so I hope that you will consider our college, and I hope to see you soon, joining our college, and consider one of our 13 programs when you will pursue your college education. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, my dear senior high school students, I am Professor Mary Jane Palikte, representing the College of Arts and Sciences Education. And I'll give the virtual floor back to Sir Benji. Sir?
Thank you very much, Mary Jane Palikte from the College of Arts and Sciences Education. Thank you. I believe that our students were enlightened, with those skills and also potential career that they can get once they will enroll to those different courses offered by the College of Arts and Sciences Education. And surely, those employability skills, and all those trainings, that we have shared a while ago through Ma'am Jane Palikte, surely they will have those skills once, of course, they will enroll at the University of Mindanao. And to give us more information with regards to why you choose UM, again, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President for External Relations and International Affairs, Dr. Reynaldo C. Castro.
Thank you very much, Benj. We're on to our last topic. We'd like to encourage our students, that if you have classmates who weren't able to watch and joined our live remote virtual immersion program today, inform them that they can still watch the delayed telecast, delayed video in our official YouTube channel. No, that's why if you notice in the previous videos that we only have actual participants like 20 or 30, and then after a few days the number will increase because probably the connections of our students, the time that we're having our live remote virtual program, were intermittent, no? So we still encourage, and you can inform your classmates who were not able to watch the session today to watch, no? I'd like to share information about why you enroll in University of Mindanao and what are the interesting things about UM, no? There's for sure you can see my screen now. All right. The tagline of the university is the first in leadership education, and the competencies, no, what makes different from other universities are the three things that you can find here. We have quality, affordable, and open education, and I will discuss each one of that, no. So what's the advantage of you going to is that our education, if you pursue in a university like it's quality and it's affordable and open. So we're leading private institution in the region. We're leading in terms of various recognitions and awards. We are granted autonomous status by the Commission on Higher Education. Autonomous status is the highest recognition that the Commission on Higher Education can grant to an institution. And for example, in Region 11, in the entire country, there are like more than 2,000 colleges and universities. And there are only like 60 plus universities and colleges in the country given by CHED, autonomous status. In Region 11, four, there are like four, no, universities, no. In Davao City, there are three, and there's one in Davao del Sur. So of these four, of course, one is the University of Mindanao. So which means that leading, no? We also have accreditation for engineering, for computer science, PTC, and PCAB. We're also ISO certified. ISO is an international certification, no? Not all schools have ISO certification. and we are accredited by Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission on Accreditation, and we have many programs that's level 4 and level 3. And in fact, our arts and sciences program have level 4. Ang pinakamataas na level of accreditation sa Philippines is level 4, and our arts and sciences courses in the UM have level 4 accreditation. Okay, the other one is that we have flexible schedule through our term system. So you can choose, no, whether you enroll in the morning session and you start your classes from 8 to 12, or if you want in the afternoon session, then you start your classes from 1:30 to 5:30, or if you want in the evening session, then you can start your classes at 5:30 to 9:30. So hindi siya international, all right? So anong advantage if the schedule is fixed on a particular session? Because if you want to work, like for example, you have job, part-time job, and your schedule for part-time job is in the morning or in the afternoon, then you can enroll in the evening. Or if you have jobs in the evening, then you can enroll either in the morning or in the afternoon. You know what I mean? So you can concentrate. And I think UM is the only school, the only university in the region that offers that kind of flexible schedule system. All right? So pwede kayo makakoncentrate straight. Or kung professional student kayo, wala kayong work, no, hindi kayo nagpa-part-time job, then you can spend the rest of your time, like if you enroll in the morning, then you can spend the rest of your afternoon and evening for your study and for your library work and for complying all the requirements of your courses, no? Or if you enroll in the evening, then you can wake up early, kung ikaw yung matagal magising, then you can choose to enroll either in the afternoon or in the evening. All right. So you have that option. The third one is, remember, UM is a university. It's a private university. And there is an impression that when you're in a university, the tuition, the miscellaneous, and all other cost of you pursuing to a university is so pricey, very expensive. And sometimes we cannot afford to proceed to a university. But I'm telling you, we have a population of 24,000 in the main campus, and that shows that many can afford, because you try to compare. If you want to go to a private university, well, of course USEP is not a private, it's a public, no? So you cannot compare USEP tuition with tuition, all right, because it's a government university. So compare with other private university. Call, no, dial their number, inquire from them how much is the tuition, and you also compare our tuition. No? So like for example in your total tuition for a semester for a full load will only range from 18 to 20,000 in a semester. All right? But we will conduct separate information session for those who are interested to enroll in Okay? The other one is that we have many undergraduate programs to choose from, no? Ang dami, no? From the arts and sciences, it was mentioned by our speakers, no, previous speakers, the program offered under the arts and sciences. And other than that, you can find so many undergraduate programs in the university. So ang dami ninyong pwedeng pagpilian sa no? And you can be assured that all these programs have qualified and competent teachers, because the more that the university or the school is bigger, the more that we can maintain good pool of faculty. O narinig nyo naman yung ating dalawang speakers, 'di ba? At nakita ninyo ang sample output ng ating mga estudyante. So really our students in the university are well trained because we have a highly qualified faculty. We evaluate our faculty every semester, and we ensure that those who can stay in the university and those contract will be renewed are based on their qualifications and based on the expectations to them. All right. um well, in this pandemic, this situation that we are in right now, and in fact this summer, no, we have 10,000, more than 10,000 students this summer, and we are very surprised, no. that we have reached that number. Ang daming mga estudyante na talaga excited na mag-aral dahil siguro naboboard na sila and they want to go back to school, expand their network and learn. Kasi hindi pwede na ma-delay tayo, di ba? No? Mahirap ma-delay, okay? So we have our blended learning mode, okay? So, kailangan nyo lang is yung internet connection at saka meron kayong gadget. If this situation continues even the first semester, then learning will still be continued, and we can assure you that uh, quality and standards are still maintained and adhered to by the University of Mindanao. We are strictly monitoring, no, the implementation and the quality of education and the standard of education that we have been, no, telling our students and our potential students in the university. So ayan, meron kaming Quipper at saka meron kaming Blackboard. Ang ginagamit sa ating college is Blackboard LMS, and for our branches and for our basic education, we have Quipper. So, ang maganda doon, iba-iba ang ginagamit ng UM. Marami tayong options, no? We have so many options and UM is well exposed to that. We are open education institution. When we say open education, it means that we accept everybody regardless of your background, regardless of your socio-economic background, regardless of your where you are, no, coming from, your location, no, and there is no discrimination regardless of your religious beliefs. We accept, no, students from all walks of life. All right, as long as you are qualified based on the requirements that we will be asking from you, and that you maintain, once you are here in the university, you maintain the standards set by the university and by the specific program that you are enrolled at. So there is no problem about that. And in fact, one nice thing about UM is that when you enroll in UM, it's a hassle-free enrollment. And in fact, other schools are following, no, what we have been doing. We have no entrance exam for those who wish to study in college, no, enroll in a tertiary level. So we have been doing that. We have no exam. And right now, many universities and colleges in the region are also following that, no. They don't give entrance exam. So in UM, we have been doing that for quite some time already. Okay. All right. And we are a home to top notchers. We have been producing more than 120 already top notchers since 2014 from various colleges and campuses of the university. And you have seen here students, no? The president of the university, the one in eyeglasses, is flocked by our graduates, no, who top the licensure exam from different programs. And what they are showing to you are their envelope, because if you top the board exam and you are graduate of UM, you will receive a cash incentive, no, cash incentive. So UM is giving a cash incentive to those who can top the board exam. So if you think that, you can really make it, you can also follow the footsteps of these students, no, flocking the president, then I suggest that you go to UM. And another thing is that aside from, if you top in the board exam and then the UM will give you a cash incentive, UM will also offer you a job, no? Offeran kayo ng work. All right? So kahit medyo walang bakante, i-hire ka talaga ng UM for the meantime, no? And then if you think that, there are better opportunities for you outside the university, then you can proceed, no? You can go. And if you will be hired in UM, if you top the board exam and you are hired in UM, you will also be offered scholarship. No, meron din scholarship for you to proceed to the master's program. So there are many incentives and privileges that the university can give you if you enroll in UM. All right, so that's why ang sabi ko nga, if you think, no, that you can really top the board exam, I'm telling you, no, many of our top notchers are not honor students, no. They are not honor students in their senior high school. They're not honor students when they finish in college. They're not cum laude. They're not magna cum laude, no. So hindi. Minsan buhay-buhay lang talaga yan, no. Kung kung sa tingin mo na by the time na nag-take ka ng board exam, maswerte ka at nag-top ka, no? Hindi ka lang pumasa, nag-top ka pa din, o di ba? So may mga ganon, all right? Okay. And this is one thing that I can tell you, that you can be assured that choosing UM will be the best decision you will ever make. Remember that it's a university, it's a private university, and our tuition and miscellaneous are very affordable. We adhere to international standards, no? We continue to follow what are the expectations from the international standards, because we want that our graduates and our students in the university are recognized not only in different companies all throughout the country, but even abroad. No? Later on, you will find that many of our alumni are also connected in other countries. So it's a manifestation that our quality and standard of education in the University of Mindanao is acknowledged, no, and recognized by global companies, no, or companies that are located in other countries. Okay. So with that, I'd like to say congratulations to our senior high school students on your graduation, no, and it's nice that despite notwithstanding the situation that we are in right now, you continue to pursue your education. Remember that your education is your best investment for yourself, for you to have a better future. All right. So thank you very much once again, and good morning.
Thank you very much, Sir Ray. And we thank you, everyone, no, for staying on our webinar this morning. There you have it. Again, we want to say advance congratulations on your graduation day. No, salamat. And wish you good luck, no, for the endeavors that you want to pursue once you graduate with your senior high school. And please don't forget not to like our official social media pages, the University of Mindanao official page for our Facebook, University of Mindanao official for our YouTube channel, at UM Davao official for our Twitter, and at U Mindanao for our Instagram. And also, you can check the website of the University of Mindanao, www.umindanao.edu.ph. And tomorrow we'll have another webinar series and programs that will be presented tomorrow will be on computing education. So if you're interested and you have your friends who would like to pursue computer science, information technology, multimedia arts, you can invite them and you just check our social media accounts for you to be updated of what are the webinars that will cater your interest and be able to plan for your college courses that you want. So again, this is Benji Maynapa saying thank you, God bless, and keep safe.